Time for our Pet of the Week. Nice to see you, Raphael.
Nice to see you.
Who'd you bring me?
This week I brought you Owl.
Owl.
Like the animal.
Like the animal, an O-W-L, Owl.
Yes.
And she is named Owl for a reason.
Yes. You can probably see it. She has a head tilt.
Just a little
slight,
bit of a, like,
yeah,
like an
just a
owl
little,
tilts their
just a
head. Right. But she is, but that's not a problem other than it's just a little, makes her unique.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So when we noticed the head tilt, our veterinarian that we have on staff did a full kind of exam for neurological, and he determined that there's nothing wrong with her besides the fact that her head tilts. It's probably something she was born with. So there shouldn't be any additional kind of costs or treatment needed for it. Just whoever adopts her will have to kind of keep an eye out just if she starts to behave a little differently or has seizures. But we don't anticipate that being a problem, just a little quirk.
Just a quirk, just makes her interesting.
Exactly.
And she has the most interesting markings. She is a pure white cat, and she just has these, like a Holstein cow.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, she just has these funny little black patches. You can call her Patches too. That would be a good name for a kitty. Yeah.
Yes.
But she is and she's young. She's just a baby.
She's
Really.
2 years
2
old,
years
really,
old.
yeah. She came in as a stray a couple of weeks ago. She had a couple fleas, but otherwise, fairly good health. So
Yeah.
we microchipped her, we spayed her, we gave her dental, we checked out her head tilt, and she's healthy enough to go for adoption. So she's up on
Super.
the site right now.
Excellent, excellent. She's a lovely cat.
Yes.
And what is the cost to, how much would it cost to adopt Owl?
Owl is $180.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if you priced just a spay alone,
Just the spay alone would be probably around $300 to $400 at your vet. And then, of course, we did a dental surgery.
yeah,
That costs a few $100s.
that is expensive.
And then she's had several exams from our vets and our vet techs. So even just that, whenever you adopt one of our cats, we always make sure they're healthy enough to go out for adoption.
Right.
So it's so much less expensive to adopt at a shelter than having to incur all those costs.
That's right. If you just go to, Kittens to a Good Home through Kijiji, it's going, yes, it is not the
Yes.
bargain you think it's going to be.
No.
Right, right. No, she's just lovely.
Yes.
But since we're talking about money,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so tell me what's going on.
So right now we just put together some numbers about costs of care and all that, and just came out. So every day the cost of every single animal is $15 per day.
And that is food, bedding, what else? What's in that $15?
The wages for the staff that takes care of the animals, so our animal care staff we call them,
Okay.
medicine, all of that. And so right now with the amount of animals we have at the moment, it costs us $3,500 a day just for the care of all the animals.
And that's not including the cost of running the building, the electricity, the heating, the...
Exactly.
Wow.
Plus, even when we're fundraising, we don't get to keep all the money that we fundraise because there's fees attached to that, and there's
Right.
office supplies, and there's computer programs that we need to pay for, and fundraising programs that we need to pay for. So really, there's just so much involved financially into taking care of our shelter.
Because that's what, $450 a month, roughly. 15 times.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
just doing the math.
And
Wow.
some of our animals, for example, we have one cat named Penny who's been with us for over 600 days. And her cost of care has been about $9,000 so far.
Oh my gosh.
We have another dog who is three-legged and one-eyed. He's had 4 surgeries
I'm sorry,
the time he's been here.
It sounds like you're describing a pirate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And his cares cost over $10,000.
Wow.
We did a fundraiser for Chloe, who was the dog that we brought here, who needed ACL surgery on both of her legs.
That's right.
We had to raise $16,000 for her. So really, 70% of our costs, or of our revenue, comes from donations. We have a little bit more revenue coming from, for example, the City of Kingston, where they're pound provider. So we take in stray animals that are around the City of Kingston. But 70% really of our revenue comes from donations, so we wouldn't be able to operate without that. When you think of $3,500 a day just to care for the animals.
That is, when you put it in those numbers, and then the cost of a spay or a neuter is, well, let's say $500, because that's probably a bargain.
Yeah.
That'd probably be a bargain.
In a shelter setting, I would go more close to $300. But yeah, if you were going to do it at a vet clinic, then yes, about $500.
So another way of looking at it, if someone was to donate $300 and say, you know, well, this will cover the cost of spaying one cat, or if I donated $450, that would pay for the upkeep of one shelter pet for the next month.
Yes.
It's just another way of looking at it.
And that's the way we like to kind of fundraise, is telling people even $20. You're caring for that animal for one day.
Yes.
You know, you're feeding it, if you could see the amount of food that comes into our building, I mean, we use, I think, about 700 pounds of dry dog food every couple of weeks, something like that. It's a lot.
It is a lot. I never really thought about it in those numbers, but yeah. Wow. Well, that's something to think about. And if people are interested in adopting Owl or any of the other great pets you've got, or making a donation, you can go to your website, right?
Exactly, kingstonhumanesociety.ca. And we have all of our information there, including about our low-cost spay-neuter clinic, donating, adopting, fostering, or volunteering.
Perfect. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.